Alright, guys, welcome into Chillen with the Dogs. This is episode 4, I think, of the season. Um, we're going to be talking about the Ravens game, recapping that, and we're going to here. Let me make sure the stream's going before I do all this. But basically, we're going to check out the Ravens game, talk about some of the things we saw there. We lost, obviously, so that's going to be not the best, but we're going to go through that, talk about some of the games, talk about the Packers game and some of the other games we like going on this week. But you want to start off with anything?
Sure. When before the season started, I had Browns going 12-5.
Yeah.
After watching, because I thought we had good receivers, and if you watch the Browns game, you know we probably don't have good receivers.
Right.
So when I went back through and watched the All 22, I wrote some notes down, and I did a little comparison. So I want to ask you, because we kind of watched the game a little bit together. So I don't know if you want to go through the game quarter by quarter or not. I just kind of want to get into the bullshit part of it.
Okay. I mean, that was a bad loss. I think.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was bad. We lost 41-17, and I mean, I do want to go through some of the things, but we can definitely kind of
Okay,
bounce
so why
around.
don't you go?
All right. Well, I'll start then.
Because I don't have much good to say.
Yeah. I thought that was a really bad game. Obviously, I do think that there was some redeeming things, and to me, how the game went. I don't. I feel like it was a bad loss, but I also feel like I learned a lot more about the team in this game. The defense is awesome, in my opinion. Obviously, we lost 41-17. That doesn't look good, but our defense was on the field quite a bit, and they were getting stops, but our offense continued to put them in bad positions. The Ravens scored defensive touchdowns. They also had really good special teams play. So
The Ravens?
yeah. So I mean, those are just things that cause scores that our defense wasn't
So
able to.
I want to say something quick while I'm thinking about it. You said our offense put them in bad positions.
Yeah.
So let's break this game down into halves.
Okay.
Because I would disagree with that statement wholeheartedly in the first half.
Yeah, that's
Our
fair.
offense sucked. I'm not saying that it didn't. But in the field position game, we didn't really leave them in bad positions. I mean, we had the block punt.
Well, they played well in the first half too. The defense did.
Well, no,
I'm more so thinking about
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, and I'm way off of our offense. Just so everybody knows, I think they suck, and I've got a lot of questions about that, which I'll get into in a little bit. But in the first half, they blocked that punt.
Right.
Our special teams put them in a bad position.
Right.
The defense still held them to a field goal, I think.
Yeah, they did.
So then we get the ball back and we go a little bit and end up having to punt. So like the first, I think 5 possessions were in the first half. We did not score a touchdown. Let me look here. No, we kicked a field goal in the 7th possession. Wait.
So in the second quarter is when we got our field goal. Our defense played well to me in the first half. I think
our defense played well in the second half.
I do too, but there was the couple.
You got the stats up.
Yeah.
What was time of possession?
Well, I didn't have time of possession on here. This is just the box score.
Oh, it should have time of possession.
It's not Yahoo.
Oh.
So this is how the game went for me, basically. You can say it.
Oh.
That's the video.
Oh, we don't need that. I've watched enough of that.
But I think the defense played well throughout. I think that we played the opposite of complimentary football. On special teams, we had a breakdown. They blocked a kick, got them points. That's not on the defense. That's on the special teams. That's points on the board that I wouldn't attribute to the defense. Then you had a Joe Flacco fumble that caused a touchdown, and that's 7 more points that you can't
That
attribute
was
to
in
the
the second
defense.
half.
I know, but I'm saying that there was several. I think there was like 17 points that the the defense really wasn't. I mean, I wouldn't hold them accountable for that.
Right.
So, to me, I think throughout the game, the defense played well. I think that the defensive line, was dominant. They stopped both Lamar and Derrick Henry running the ball.
Lamar didn't really try.
He didn't try, but I mean, holding Lamar to 13 rushes, he only had 2 carries. Like that's not bad. When he's the one that usually picks up the third and long that they shouldn't have gotten. Um, and then like obviously Lamar had 4 touchdowns, but I mean those touchdowns were pretty much set up by the defense being in a bad position.
See, if you look at the box score, they scored 10 points in the third quarter.
Right.
Field goal, touchdown. In that third quarter is when we lost the game. That's when he threw the pick six. And then,
which to me, that pick six as well, like, obviously he's getting a lot of hate from some of the Browns, um, social media and stuff that I've seen people talking online about, that being an errant throw and a bad decision. I won't deny that that's not the case, but he was also trying to make a play. And to me, we were talking about our receivers weren't open all game. Everyone's talking about Harold Fanning Jr. being like a really good young tight end. They have high expectations. All he's doing, like probably 80% of his receptions he's had, it's when Joe Burrow is getting out of the, or sorry, Joe Flacco is getting out of the pocket, and Fanning's just following him. It's effort. That's all it is. Our other receivers are not doing that, and they're running into zones, and it just seems like we have a young receiver.
Well, you didn't get to watch the All-22, did you?
I didn't. I got to watch the game in real time, and then I got to watch the condensed game.
Take the fourth quarter out of it because they were playing basically a prevent.
Yeah.
We couldn't do anything, so they didn't really give a rat's ass. But if you take the fourth quarter out of it, through the third quarter they played a very. They had six guys coming the whole game. Okay, so I've been listening, and all I've been hearing is about how our line sucks, and I'm not going to say that they don't, because when you can't throw the ball, you can't run the ball. I mean, there's not much you can do. But I am going to say it like this: I tracked Lamar's time, like time to pass,
Yep.
and Joe Flacco's time to pass, and if you take away Lamar's, because I didn't want to, I kind of went through that quick, but I took out any of his, like, he gets the snap and shotgun and throws it, like right now. I took all those out. I tried to do that with Flacco.
So outliers,
too.
basically.
Yeah, I tried to do that with Flacco too. So like the quick pass, like the screens and shit like that, I took that out. Well, Lamar had on average, and this is without him extending plays. So I was counting from the time that Lamar took the snap, caught the snap, whatever. The second the ball's in his hands, I started counting. And then I averaged all of that together. He averaged 2.9 seconds.
Right.
From the time he touched the ball till the ball either left his hands or he got sacked or something like that.
Which in most cases, 3 seconds in the NFL, the ball should be out on most scripted plays.
Now with Flacco, I paid more attention to the offense. I didn't really with Baltimore. But with Flacco, he'd get the ball. He averaged 2.79 seconds from possessing the ball to throwing it. So, but a lot of his were he'd catch the ball in shotgun. They ran a lot of shotgun. So he'd catch the ball in shotgun, look around. Nobody's freaking open. Nobody. So it's a dump off, and he's getting rid of the ball quick. There was time when, like, on the All-22, you have the one view and then the next view. Yep. So I would count on the wide view, and when he would get ready to throw the ball, I would pause it.
Right.
And there's nobody open. There might be a guy underneath, But my point of what the defense was doing, we could have took 5 yard passes all day because they were giving up 5 yards
Right.
all day. They didn't. There's no way, no way at all that we were throwing the ball deep. There's no way. They had two high safeties the whole game. On first down, they would walk up because that's a running down. They would walk up Hamilton,
Yep.
and they'd have 7 or 8 guys in the box on first down.
Right.
That's why we couldn't run the ball because we had set 6 guys blocking 7 or 8 guys, and their linebackers. It was like they knew the play was coming. There was no read step, no nothing. They're just coming. And I think that was because they weren't scared of our receivers.
No, they felt like they could play. So this is, if we're gonna talk about like the real X's and O's of that, then I think they were playing a lot of cover 2 and a lot of cover 3, and they were basically their linebacker. Obviously, they've got an amazing linebacker core. Roquan Smith is awesome. He's fast as hell. And I feel like we were not challenging them up the middle a lot because they saw that 8-man box. That's, to me, still a problem because I just had a hard time with our play calling because there's ways to beat a defense that looks like that, and no one was checking into anything. I think I told you throughout the game that we didn't make really any adjustments. It didn't seem like Joe Flacco was calling out of stuff. He wasn't making any adjustments at the line of scrimmage because, I mean, you could clearly see the defense they were running, and we weren't trying to get into the right zones on the pass. We weren't running the ball down their throat or even throwing in, our beefier sets with more linemen. Like, okay, they're going to stack the box. Then we stack it back and run it down their throat. You got to do that to be able to open up those deep balls. If our receivers suck, then you have to do stuff like that because if not, you're going to be very one-dimensional, and we can't outrun those linebackers. Running side to side, we're not going to be able to outrun Roquan Smith.
No, he made a lot of plays behind.
Exactly, a lot of TFLs.
I mean he was running behind like on the sweeps and stuff. We'd run away from the side he was on,
right,
and he'd just run them down,
right.
And I don't know. There was in my opinion there was a lot of plays while we were on offense that our guys just are not open. And that leads me to question, is it scheme or is it talent?
I honestly think it's scheme. I don't know this. I don't know that I've ever heard anybody say this, but it seemed like Joe Flacco wasn't changing anything at the line of scrimmage. I mean, we were running into teeth of the defense route wise, and they weren't really changing what they were doing much. Like, they just said, all right, we think we're bigger, stronger, faster, and better than you, and we're going to make you beat us, and we couldn't do it.
Well, on offense, I would say Jerry Jeudy had a rough game. He was 19.
Tillman.
Tillman, he had a rough game. Njoku is never open. But Flacco, I want to say he had 4 or 5 catches. And his catches were...
Njoku went 4 for 40.
Okay, so he had 4 catches, contested catches, and Flacco threw him the ball.
Well, Njoku gets a lot of our double teams.
Now, Harold Fannin, he had 5 receptions for 48, and all of his were underneath.
Yep.
He had one, I want to say it was like a 15 or 20 yard catch that Flacco threw it over the linebacker, and Fannin jumped up real high and grabbed it.
Yeah, that was a great catch.
It was a better throw, but
yeah.
He's not going to get credit for that. Everybody's like, "Oh, that was a bad pass because look how high he had to jump." Well, Jesus criminy, he wasn't even open.
Right.
I wouldn't even have threw the ball there. And it's like, I don't know if it's scheme. That's where I'm at because I watched our receivers run into people. Like, Tillman fell down 3 times trying to cut.
Yeah.
And there was 2 passes. pass Flacco, one of the passes Flacco got sacked on, he was targeting Tillman, and I thought it was a PI when I first watched it. So I rewound it and checked it again. No, he tripped over his own feet.
Hmm.
And then he tripped the defender too as he was going down. And he gets up like, oh, what the hell?
Right.
Passer. And I'm like, really, dude? So Flacco had to, like, he was literally throwing it to Tillman. And Tillman falls down, so Flacco tucks
Tucks
it
it and
and gets sacked.
right.
And they're blaming the line for that. Well, on that particular play, Flacco was three and a half seconds. He had to throw the ball. Well, I don't know. I watched a lot of football. I watched the Chargers game. After I watched this one, I watched the condensed version. You watch those receivers, they're wide ass open.
In that scheme.
And I always said Lamar, if Lamar is thrown, and I used to say this, I don't say this anymore, but it used to be, I would say Lamar, yeah, okay, he has a high completion percentage. His guys are wide ass open. And that leads me to this. If we had, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but if we had a quarterback, because you know I love the pocket guys. I don't like
Yeah.
guys who can run, but Jesus, Flacco can't move, man. And every time he rolled out, the interception, he had 2 or 3 other rollouts to the right that were incomplete just because he can't run away from anybody.
Nah.
He can't run away from a 350-pound defensive tackle.
I mean, he looks like a 40-year-old quarterback. I mean, he doesn't even look as good or as mobile as
Well,
Aaron
my
Rodgers.
question is, why are we running bootlegs with a guy who can't run a bootleg
well,
anymore?
that might be the problem.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know who to pin it on because Flacco had time. And when I watched the game, I'm like, man, our line sucks. And then I watched it back on the condensed version. I'm like, and I'm counting
So
1
what you're saying
1,000, 2
is
1,000, 3
it
1,000.
seems like a system that's designed for Deshaun Watson rather than Joe Flacco.
No, it seems like a system designed for Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's exactly perfect for Baker.
Oh, but well, we don't have Baker anymore.
Yeah,
that guy was in the freaking building. That's kind of why I'm salty because it's like we've been looking for a quarterback since '99. We get one who's the best quarterback we've had since '99, and because he, whatever the reason is, I've heard various things, but for whatever reason, we go spend 3 first-round draft picks to bring in a guy who hadn't played in a year. For we all know why, and then he does start playing and he sucks ass.
right.
I just don't understand that. But our offense is designed for a guy like Baker. We had him in the building. So what do? We draft another quarterback who's smaller than Baker, but maybe more accurate. I don't
Who?
know. Gabriel.
Oh, I mean, Baker is incredibly accurate. He has I think last year he had a 71 completion percentage. So he's really accurate.
Well,
But
dude,
Gabriel is very accurate.
who the hell's he throwing to?
Dude, did you watch the game? Like, Emeka Ibuka is.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
He has great receivers, yeah, but Baker's
I mean,
a dog.
Well, no, dude, you're talking to a Baker, bro.
No, I know.
But what I'm saying is, if I had, I don't know.
Well,
He's got a hell of a receiving core right now. He had a hell of a receiving core last year.
Yeah.
He didn't look good in Carolina.
Well, guess that's the thing. Dude, Carolina sucks.
Well, then maybe it's just the Browns suck.
Yeah, they do. I mean, our offense does. I think our defense is incredible.
Well, our defense is 1/3 of the game.
Yeah, because our special teams has not been impressive either.
No, they need to fire Bubba Ventrone. They need to fire him today.
Honestly,
But then I look at it and I'm like, well, we have receivers who can't catch and they can't get open. So their backups are playing on special teams. Well, if we don't have talented enough guys who can get open, like watch the Chargers game, the Raiders, they got guys running wide ass open. I mean, wide ass open. And we don't have a guy who can do that. Not one. They had Marlon Humphreys on Njoku, for Christ's sake. Their best corner covering our tight end. So what's that tell you? There was 3 times he was covering Fannin.
Right.
And you got Jerry Jeudy and Cedric
Well,
Tillman out there, too.
Humphrey plays a lot in the slot, though. Now that he's gotten a little older in the past couple
Well,
seasons, they've
he
used him
did
a
a
lot in the
hell of a
slot.
job.
But no,
I hate that guy, but he did a
do
hell
too.
of a job.
I do too. And honestly, he wasn't nearly as dirty as he usually is. He played a really good game. And that's the thing too is, I mean, the Ravens are a great team. They're a Super Bowl contender. A lot of
I really don't think they are.
I really do. I think they're really good. And so
I don't.
you don't want to overreact, but for me, I feel like I put that game on the coaching staff. I think that the defense was obviously good. Schwartz, I don't put anything on Schwartz, but I think that we got to figure out what's going on with the offense. And if, Kevin Stefanski's calling the plays again now, I feel like he's got to give Joe Flacco more freedom at checking at the line. We've got to
But see, I don't know. Maybe he is. See, that's what I don't know.
Well,
like
then if he is, then I give a lot of credit to Baltimore's defense then because they were able to adjust way better than we were.
They did not hide anything they were doing.
No.
If they were coming, you would have known it. But literally most of the time they had 4 guys, they ran like a 3-4. They had their 3 down linemen, their 4 linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the game. Probably like 70% of the time. And then what they would do is the linebackers were 3 to 6 yards off the ball. On passing downs, they'd be off the ball. On first down, they were probably 4 yards. And their read step was coming.
Yep.
And if it was play action, they'd drop. And our guys are so fucking slow that they couldn't get behind linebackers.
Yeah.
That's what was happening. Granted, I'm no freaking football genius, but I'm watching a defense who their corners are faster than our receivers. Their linebackers are faster than our running backs and tight ends. And you're not going to do anything. And I don't even understand how that can be.
See, this is what I think. I think that the Ravens are really, really good. Everyone was concerned about their defense because they gave up 40 points to the Bills. I think Josh Allen's the best player in the league, so it's hard week 1 to go against that.
I hate to tell you, but when they play the Ravens, they're going to get the Eagles, they're going to get their ass beat.
The Bills?
No.
The Ravens?
The Ravens.
I don't think so.
I'll bet money on that one.
Then you should.
Because you're not going to stop their running game. And they have receivers who will be open.
Well,
Jalen Hurts can move. You're not playing against Flacco, who you can basically count on being in the pocket.
Right.
No, you're playing a better version of Buffalo. Because they have a defense. Buffalo has no defense.
Right.
Philly will stop Derrick Henry. They're going to do exactly what we did.
Oh, yeah.
The blueprint's out. You want to stop Henry, you got to have a good defensive line. And we had 4 down linemen, and our linebackers were playing back. And their receivers were still open. That's what's so frustrating. We were basically running, other than we were running the wide 9, but they had 4 down linemen, or 3 down line. Well, it looked like 4 most of the time because the linebacker was on the line. Right. But so they had 4 guys on the line of scrimmage and 3 linebackers, just like we did.
Right.
And we don't have a Zay Flowers running around.
No.
We don't have a Andre Hopkins who just put the ball in the general vicinity. He's going to catch it. No, our guy that does that literally hands the ball to the other team.
Yeah.
And he tried to do it again.
Well, one thing I'll say is that I don't remember the beginning of the play well if they motioned him into him, but DeAndre Hopkins had killed us. I'm pretty sure it was Cam Mitchell that he scored that 1 touchdown.
Yeah. But that was great coverage. I mean, what are you going to do?
No, Cam Mitchell had great coverage, but why are we having Cam Mitchell on DeAndre Hopkins? If he switched over into that,
because Denzel was out. He was cramping.
Yeah.
And you had Newsom probably on Flowers.
I know.
And there's your corners. I mean, Who else you got?
Harding.
Yeah, but
Harding actually had a decent game, I thought.
Well, he got burnt.
He got burnt a couple times, but he's our 4th.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Who else is going to cover Hopkins? Miles?
It sucks because I don't think the Browns are at a point where they're going to be any type of buyer starting out at 0-2. but it would be great to pick up a corner because that is going to be one of our.
No, I've been thinking about it since Sunday, and I honestly don't know. I don't think they should do anything. They should just play it out.
Yeah.
And then probably if somebody calls for one of our receivers, which I don't know who in the hell that's going to be, but maybe you could get a hold of Kansas City right now and pedal Judy off.
Yeah.
And bring up one of the guys, bring up the
Larvin.
Larvin or some, put these young guys, because Flacco can't move, and I hate to say this, God, I don't want to say this, but I don't think he gives you the best chance to win right now.
Yeah.
He can't move. So in our line, if you go down through my notes, he had there was times he had like 4.5 seconds, and he's just standing there,
Right.
and there's nobody open. Well, if you watch Lamar, when Lamar would stand there for, well, he didn't have time to stand there for 4 seconds.
Right.
But Lamar, I had him. He had 3 plays where he had literally 4 seconds before he had to move, which most of the time he scrambled out. And then you see 5 receivers coming across the field.
No, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But even at that, they're wide ass open.
Yeah, because you have, like, when plays break down, you can't ask a corner to guard a receiver for 6-7 seconds.
No.
So like that's what I'm talking about. Our receivers don't continue, or maybe we just don't have time. Maybe
well, honestly, if you watched all 22,
it could be Joe Flacco.
No, they didn't really, but they kind of did, just half-assed. Like, okay, so for instance, I watched a Chargers game before we did this.
Right.
We don't have Keenan Allen. There's nobody on our team like that guy. It doesn't matter what's going on. It's like he was running away, like doing an out and up or something. And Herbert goes to the right. And out of the blue, here's Keenan Allen. And I'm like, how in the hell did that guy even know that he was scrambling out of the pocket?
Yeah, it's called chemistry.
Yeah, and we don't have that. But
well, you're never gonna be able to have that if you have 3 quarterbacks, and you continuously are getting new quarterbacks. You're not gonna have that cohesiveness with your team.
I get it, but damn, dude,
like Fanning being able to do that so quickly, that's a tip of the cap to him. That's just instinct, and that's probably why they drafted him. But I mean, how long has Tillman had with Flacco to build chemistry? How long has Thrash, Isaiah Bond, any of these guys? You know, even Judy. I mean,
you don't have to have chemistry to know that. Oh, my quarterback is in trouble, or right. Hey, the corner blitz is going, and just check up.
You also don't need to have that to just have effort too.
Right.
Like, if you're running your route and then you're done with your route and you're still not open, go do something else.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's part of a lack of effort, but I think a lot of it too is I had not thought about this all week, but you kind of brought it up, and now I'm thinking about it. When Lamar doesn't see someone open, he has the opportunity to run, and he has the legs, so he can do it. There's always a possibility of it being a positive play with Lamar. With Flacco, we don't have that. When the play breaks down and he doesn't have people, he doesn't have any other options. Right. So he either has to get rid of it or try to make a play.
Right.
And so that limits you in one phase of the game. You know, I love pocket passers too, but...
Well, I was talking to the guys at work this morning. Joe Burrow is no fleet of foot Lamar Jackson.
Right.
He's
or
not
Baker.
No.
Any of these guys.
No. Well, he's actually, he can move.
He can, but he's not known for running. He's a scrambler.
Yeah, he buys time. Joe can't do that. But I mean, I'm 48 years old. There ain't no way that I could do that.
Right.
I mean, I take 2 steps out of my, and he's been playing football for 20 years. I take 2 steps to the right, pull a hammy, and I'm done.
Right.
I got to stand there and throw the ball. So I kind of get it.
Right.
We don't have the personnel for Joe Flacco to play right now.
Yeah.
At least not what I've seen so far.
So what you could do is what if Cincinnati? I mean, I think Cincinnati's talking about getting some other guys. What if like Cincinnati or Minnesota calls and is like, hey, can we take Joe Flacco off your hands for like a fifth or sixth round pick? Then you have the opportunity to play some of these younger kids.
I think they would do that.
I think they would too, because obviously you only saw Gabriel.
But in all honesty, if he goes to Minnesota, he's going to look just like he does now because their line sucks too.
They suck bad, and they have a lot of injuries. Minnesota does.
Yeah.
I
Now, watching that game,
Yeah.
that line sucks. I don't think our line is that bad.
I think our line's good.
And
a lot better in this game than it was, I think, against Cincinnati.
see, I disagree. I think they were good in Cincinnati too.
Yeah.
My definition of good is I watch a lot of football. And I watched Patrick Mahomes this weekend, and he looked like dog shit. But he has the same problem that Flacco has. He has no receivers.
Right.
So if you compare and contrast teams across the league right now, you've got Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. They'd probably kill to have Jerry Jeudy right now, which I'd send him. Because we're not ready. We're not ready for. There's no way we're going to the playoffs. We'll be lucky to win 5 games.
Right.
Because we have no talent at receiver. I don't care what anybody says. There is no talent at receiver. If Jerry Jeudy is our best player, in my opinion, from what I've seen, he's a 2 at best.
Well, also too,
In 2 games, he has 6 drops. In what I would call drops. He had 3 last game. Well, 5. He had 3 last game and 2 this game. And they were stone cold drops right in his chest.
Yeah, that's not good.
Tillman added another 1 or 2 this game too.
It's that's for him a lack of focus. But
like if Jamar Chase has a drop or 2 in a game when he's getting 15 targets, okay.
Right.
But by God, when you're our receivers,
I'm curious how many targets Jeudy got. It couldn't have been more than 6 or 7 because he only had like 4 or 5 receptions.
We had 2 drops.
I mean, Jeudy had 4 for 51.
But it doesn't tell you how many targets.
No. So he at least had 6. But I mean, I think Jerry Jeudy is a great receiver, but that's a lack of focus and drops. That's what it is.
So do you know who was covering Jerry Jeudy in the game?
Well, it could have been Marlon Humphrey, Chidobe Awuzie.
I can tell you this: it was not Marlon Humphrey.
Was it Awuzie? I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to who was covering him. I just know he was covered. He was not open.
Well, I think that there were 2 were shading his side. I think he was running into a lot of double teams with a safety.
No, he wasn't. Dude, I'm telling you, you watch that all 22, you're gonna have the same opinion of him as I do.
I probably will watch it back.
He is not ever open, and they didn't play man any. It was zone. The whole freaking game was zone. Pretty much, there was a couple mans, but the one time, hell, his cornerback blitzed, and he's running a go and runs right to the safety.
Right.
And it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I'm not even an offensive guy. But if the guy is supposed to cover me goes, why am I going to run to coverage?
Yeah, you sit, and then when you make the play, you can make a move on the safety.
Joe did miss a couple, but I'm almost thinking it was the play call because I'm counting 1,002, and the ball comes out underneath, and I'm like, well, there's nobody around him. And Tillman on the one, Tillman had actually had a good move, and he was getting ready to come open down the middle. He'd have been wide ass open, but the ball was gone. See, that's the thing. I don't even know how to grade these guys because I don't know what the offense is doing.
Well, this is one thing I'll say too. I think that it's early in the year. In the preseason, we had 3 quarterbacks really battling, but 4. I'm curious how much the lack of reps for all these guys is playing into the offense starting out so slow because people are running into defenders, and that's the thing is I think it's just a lack of focus, some a lack of chemistry, and that can develop as the year goes on. But we also have played against you know,
Well, it ain't getting any easier, bro.
I know.
You got Green Bay coming in here.
Yeah.
How tired do you think the defense is going to be at halftime? That's going to be bad.
And they got like five receivers. Like they're pretty deep. And they got, dude, Tucker Kraft, their number 85 tight end. He looks like a dog too. So, I mean, we're going to have a day on defense. Um, and I'm surprised at how good their defense is too, Green Bay. Like I thought their offense would be okay. Brandon Jacobs is, or not Brandon Jacobs, Josh Jacobs is a great
Micah Parsons is going to probably set the a single game record in this game on
for
sacks
sacks. Why?
because we
Oh
don't have a lineman that can block him, and Joe doesn't move. He's going to get killed.
yeah,
Like I seriously am scared for him in this game.
you don't think Dewan Jones will be able to block him?
No,
Is Jack Conklin back?
no, he ain't blocking him.
Yeah,
Dewan, no, no. I don't think Dewan played as bad as what everybody says, but no, no. That's the best guy. Like Micah's twice as fast as Hendrickson and probably stronger. So no, it's gonna be bad. Like I don't know if I'm even gonna watch it in real time. I might go split wood.
yeah. I'm definitely. I think I'm gonna probably work this weekend, so I'll be watching at work and I'll watch it back and all that. But I think that you want to just get into the Packer game. So
No, I want to say yes, but I want to say this: the defense is not flawless. They had an opportunity for interception in the first half. They tipped the ball around, should hit Devin Bush right in the hands.
yeah, I do. Yep.
And they could have intercepted that ball, and the very next play, they scored a touchdown.
Right.
So that 7 points shouldn't even have been 7 points, but we can't catch on defense either. And then we had a fumble hit the ground out of Derrick Henry's hands again, and 5 Browns around it, and an offensive lineman recovers it. Linderbaum, I think it was. How the hell's that happen?
Yeah, and Cam Mitchell was the one that punched it out. That was a great punch.
And then we had another one where we had 2 defenders. Baltimore was on the 5 coming out.
Yeah.
And we tipped the ball at the line of scrimmage. There's 3 defenders in the air, and not one of them gets a hand on it. Like, really?
Yeah. Have we gotten turnover this year?
No.
Yeah.
No. We've got 6 or 7 sacks and no turnovers. And it's like, when the ball is available to take it, you have to take it.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens. I mean, you don't. It's sad because our defense, a lot of turnovers are based off luck, and it never seems to go that way.
Well, I don't hear anybody on the radio or anything talking about the Browns' defense missing turnover opportunities.
Right.
It's a great defense. It is. Like, it's going to be great in the first half of every game. At least until Miles has a bug up his ass and says, "Well, we're done this year," which kind of, if you listen to him, might already have happened. But once Miles gets to the point where he's like, well, whatever, that's when everybody's going to get hurt and
Right.
nobody's going to want to play, and then the defense is going to suck. And about that time, the offense will get good.
Yep.
And then our defense will suck because that's what happens every time. And it's like, I don't know. But our defense is not flawless. Although, for what we were trotting out there in the second half of the game, I didn't think they played bad.
Yeah, I think the defense played well. I think that as it goes on, they can continue to do well. I'm hoping that Miles and our leadership group on defense just continue to play their game, not think too much about how the offense does, because I'm completely out. I've always kind of been out on the offense, but I want Denzel to want to ball out, and Carlos Wessinger, I think, has an opportunity to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, so he has a reason to ball. And Miles, has records to get. So I hope that they continue to stay bought in and play their game and try to continue to be dominant. And as you do that, as you have the defensive line pressure that we get, you're going to get turnovers eventually.
Nah, not necessarily, man. There was a couple years ago. I would have said we had a top five defense, and we didn't get nothing for turnovers.
Yeah. I mean, that has been the case here.
Like the Browns haven't been good at turning over the ball in 5 to 10 years.
Right. But that's just something you can't really predict. And it's hard to practice, So hopefully they'll come our way a
But
little
hey,
bit
at
more.
least our kicker made kicks.
He did. Yeah.
That's a plus.
And
That's pretty bad that I have to say that.
Bjorkes should be good too. I don't think he.
Oh, he'll be fine. He's tough.
Yeah, I don't think his injury was anything too major. Um, one thing I do want to say about the offense that I thought was positive is the young guys, as far as like Harold Fanning Jr. and both Dylan Sampson and Quinshon Judkins, I think, played relatively well. Judkins had that really long run. Dylan Sampson had his first touchdown catch from Dylan Gabriel. So, like, the young guys, when they got opportunities, they turned them into something, which I think is a positive. But I would really like to see, like, Jamari Thrash, Isaiah Bond, Tillman really kind of, like, take a step up because they are young guys that haven't had a lot of opportunities, and I think that they could get better as the year goes on. But with that being said, that's basically my thoughts on the Ravens game. I thought,
Well, I want to say it like this too. Like I know a lot of people are down on the offensive line. They're old. Wyatt Teller, I don't think had a very good game. He missed a lot of blocks on running plays, but um, they're getting old. But if you watch the defense that we're playing against, watch who they send. We're rarely is it a four man like the Browns? They're bringing four guys
right,
every time. Sometimes they don't, but you know you're getting four guys,
right.
and we didn't hardly blitz at all in that game. Not at
We
all.
didn't have to.
We didn't have to. Well,
Dude,
when you're pressuring Lamar in 2.9 seconds with four guys, and they're using 6 to 7 guys to get pressure on Flacco, and you've only got five, maybe five linemen, and a tight end, maybe
chipping
blocking.
somebody.
No, there was times that like Njoku was blocking.
Okay.
But Dylan Sampson better freaking eat a sandwich and learn how to block somebody. He got literally truck stick twice.
Well, he's also tiny compared to Joseph Osai, coming off the edge.
No, it was Roquan ran him over.
I mean, Roquan's a tank, though.
I don't give a damn. Jerome Ford blocked him. Jerome Ford's not a huge dude.
Yeah. Well, that's also part technique, too.
But you were saying that they upgraded Quinshon to 1, which to me, he's got a lot to prove because
He does.
I think he's undersized. I don't. I didn't like that pick in the draft. I wanted the other guy.
Travion.
Yeah.
Well,
But I wanted to keep Nick Chubb. So I figured you'd have Thunder and Lightning with those two guys. But I don't know. I don't think our running backs are. Nobody's scared of our running backs.
Yeah.
Like when Nick Chubb played, they were bringing 8 guys every time.
Yep.
Because it's all we could do was
Stacking
run.
the box.
Yeah. They were scared. They were scared of Nick Chubb. And what kills me is we were running a 4-man rush to the quarterback and barreling Derrick Henry with 4 guys. I mean, the linebackers came on the run too, but
Yeah.
like it was different. It was just it was different. I don't know. But I'm so down on him right now. That offense just looks bad, and I can't put my finger on what it is because no one says anything. Stefanski doesn't talk. You listen to his interviews, and we got to look at the tape, and we got to do better as coaches. I've been listening to that for 4 years now, and I'm about done with that.
Well, I think that there's got to be, like, if this is, I think there's got to be a shakeup in the front office or the coaching staff this year. If it continues this way, like, I think there is a lack of talent on the offense. And maybe it's just we have really, really young guys. We got Judkins. I mean, Judkins is a rookie, 2nd-round pick. If he has a great year, that's awesome. But, like, when you're asking him to be the number 1 guy, and then Samson, and these guys, they're not experienced.
Well, I guess where I'm going with it is okay. So we've got Can you pull up the depth chart of the Browns?
Yeah.
The roster that we have.
Our roster is young, and we have an old guy at quarterback.
I get that. My point is, we have Cedric Tillman. This is his third year.
Yeah.
We have Jerry Jeudy, who's a veteran. So you've got two guys who should have experience and be adequate. But when I watch the games, now granted, I don't know the routes. I don't know who's screwing up. I don't know if it's Joe. I don't know if it's the play call. I don't know if he can check out. There's a whole lot that I don't know. But just going by what my eyes show me, Isaiah Bond has done absolutely nothing. And that guy should not be fielding kicks and punts. Get him the hell off the field. It's going to end very badly with him on the field on kickoff or punt. DeAndre Carter, I've not seen him in a game. And if he's been in, I haven't seen him. Jamari Thrash, one catch. Where's the other two clowns? Jerry Jeudy. I'm not impressed. You got, where's the other receivers?
You got Jamari Thrash, DeAndre Carter, Cedric Tillman, Isaiah Bond, and Jeudy. We don't have Larvin because he got put to the practice squad to bring Judkins on.
So, well, I guess the point I'm getting at is I'm not impressed with Jeudy. Cedric Tillman looks like a number 4. On a good team, he'd be on the practice squad, in my opinion, the way he's playing. So
he did have a touchdown.
They're the two starters. What the hell do we have behind them? Are they any good?
Well, this is what I'll say. Cedric Tillman is in his third year. He was injured last year a lot.
That's not an excuse.
I mean, that's for me though. That's more of a fault on our front office than it is for Tillman. Tillman's still developing, and if he's not ready to be a number 2, then why is he being thrusted into a number 2 spot?
Who else are you gonna put in there?
That's what I'm saying. It's the front office. Jamari Thrash has never had any opportunities, and he's our number 3. Isaiah Bond's a rookie. DeAndre Carter might be a rookie, but he's more of a punt returner. And so
he's got to be hurt because there's no way you watch Isaiah Bond try to field that one punt and leave him in there. Unless
he could be hurt, but maybe if you're having David Njoku be your number 1 really, or Jeudy, those guys are gonna get doubled. And
Njoku was doubled a lot,
right, or blocking a lot. So,
well, that's where it got tricky because if he's on the line of scrimmage, and I don't understand, if you can see he's getting doubled, why wouldn't you split him out to run the ball? You keep him in the block, and he's got 2 guys are covering him.
Right.
He's got a guy over him, and then a linebacker or a safety is normally a safety. Like, gonna double team the guy. He was the only guy on the field getting double teamed. They weren't double teaming Jeudy.
Yeah.
They weren't double teaming Tillman. But they were in a zone. So it's like, I don't know if they were double teaming him or they were showing that. I don't know. But if I'm Flacco and I look across my line of scrimmage, he motions Njoku in. The guy comes in with him. Then the linebacker comes up. I'm going to motion him back out and get that guy out of there so we can run there.
Right.
Because you literally just took 2 guys to one spot.
Right.
And what do? We run right to it. Or it's a stretch play to the left. And it's like, what are we doing? Like, I don't know what it is, but my eyes are telling me there's something seriously wrong.
That's a lack of being a savvy quarterback. I mean, you can't motion guys into where you're like, unless if he's trying to block, like down block on the linebacker or something.
That's what he did.
They were kicking out. Like that's fine. And then if you guys get beat, okay. Well, I mean, like you had the guys blocking that you should, but if it's not like that, and you're just motioning guys and getting like if you're causing more congestion in the hole that you're trying to run into, that's just being dumb.
Another thing that I did notice was on some running plays, we pull our right guard Teller come across, and Harold Fannon's behind him on this one play in particular. I wrote it down. Wyatt Teller hits his guy, and Fannon olays and hits Teller, knocking him off his guy.
Right.
and then that guy makes the tackle. So Fannin needs to practice on blocking too.
And that's something that he's probably going to have to develop. It's the same as Njoku. He didn't come in to the league being a blocking tight end. That's something that I think, given time, he can develop. Before we keep going, I just want to say hello, Melody and Grudge. Um, sorry I didn't see your chats earlier. But I think we're talking ourselves, and I think we should move on from the Ravens game because we keep getting less and less excited.
I
But
can't get any less excited
yeah,
because we're just going to talk about this next game and it's not going to be good.
well, our next two games are rough. I mean, our schedule is not great. But was there any other games you wanted to? I mean, we kind of touched on some of the games briefly. We talked about, you know, the Eagles and the Chiefs game. We talked about Baker a little bit. Was there any other games that you were? I mean, the Detroit Lions and Bears game was crazy. I got to watch a little bit more of that back, and it was kind of awesome. I mean, I don't even know if I'm a Bears fan anymore, honestly. But
So is Caleb Williams good or not? If I didn't watch a second of that game, it went exactly how I thought it would go.
it did not go how I thought it was going to go. It looked like I didn't. I knew that Ben Johnson left. I didn't know that there was so much hostility between the teams. Like Detroit was out there kind of to embarrass them, so I think that fueled a lot of it. Like there was a play at the end of the game. They ran up to score and scored another touchdown on. They went for it on 4th and 5 and scored a touchdown on it.
Yeah, I want to know what the hell happened in that coaching room.
Dude, I think it's bad because then I watched a an interview back of Ben Johnson. They asked him a question like about them going for it on 4th and 5, and he's like, "That's just what Dan does." And I was like, you could see he was pissed off. And so I heard Amon Ra say that he felt like Ben Johnson betrayed him, like going to the Bears, which a lot of the times you'll hear about successful coordinators going to another team and the team is excited for him, but going to a rival, that's different. And
Well, it is Detroit.
well, it's Detroit, but I mean, going to the Bears. I
If
mean,
it was the Packers OC, they'd probably be happy for him because the Packers own Chicago.
Yeah.
But Detroit and Chicago, they sucked for so long, they were constantly the drudges.
Right.
So it was like, well, we got to beat their ass. We got to beat their ass, or we're going to go 0-16.
Right.
So, yeah, it'd be like our guy going to the Steelers or the Ravens. Oh, I'd hate that guy.
Yeah. No, 100%. And I totally get it. And Dan Campbell, I mean, he's an old school football guy. He's raised that team that way. I like it.
Well,
I thought that was awesome.
according to national media, Chicago had a good defense. They shouldn't have put up 51 points on them. If I'm Dan Campbell, I'm like, well, show me your defense is so much better than ours.
Yeah. Now, that was my opinion on Detroit, I think, changed a little bit. I was kind of worried about them having a slow start against Green Bay, and then they just popped off in that game. So it seems like they're running on all cylinders, and that's good to see because
they played Chicago, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. When Green Bay puts up 62 on the Browns, I'm not going to think they're going to win the Super Bowl. I still think they can't beat Philly.
Yeah.
I think you're going to have to catch Philly on a bad day.
Yeah. I don't know who can beat them right now. I think I didn't get a chance to look. I'm sure there's power rankings out from like ESPN and the NFL, but I would think they would have the Eagles at number 1 right now. I don't even know if there's anyone in the AFC.
No, they got Green Bay. I think is number 1.
Really?
I think Philly's like 4. Well, no, that's the power. That's the gambling sites.
Well, even so. So who do they have it in the AFC that are above them?
Ravens.
Really?
Like right now on FanDuel, I can get the Ravens are plus like 400, then Green Bay at like plus 550 or something. And then it goes, who the hell's the Buffalo, then Philly.
I could see Buffalo and the Ravens beating them, like in the Super Bowl.
Mm-mm.
I could see Detroit beating them.
Mm-mm.
especially if Detroit starts getting going. But
Well, I didn't watch the Bears game. I don't know how their line looked. Their line did not look good against Green Bay. They did not look good.
yeah, Green Bay's defensive line is really good though. Rashawn Gary's good.
Sure looks like it.
Hello, Yoshimo. So we're gonna go ahead and probably move on then to that Green Bay game, unless there's any of these other games that you want to talk about.
Oh,
Uh,
no. I'm surprised the Colts beat the Broncos.
I don't think this may not be true, but I don't think they've punted yet. The Colts. I think they've scored on every
Yeah,
possession.
I don't think they have either. They didn't score on every possession, but they might have went for it on
Oh,
four.
yeah.
They haven't punted yet this year.
So the Bucks game was awesome. I watched both games last night. The Bucks and the Texans. I was a little split on who to root for. I was rooting for Baker, but also Nick Chubb and Stroud were on the Texans. It was a great game back and forth. I really thought the Texans were going to win too because they had that long punt return, and Baker did his thing and they iced it. And
that's what Baker does, man.
Bucky Irving, that last drive too was monumental. Their running backs had good games. And then the Chargers Raiders game, the Chargers just looked better.
That wasn't even a game.
Not really. And I mean, you start the game.
We play the Raiders this year. I think
we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Vegas, I'm pretty sure. The Browns game, the Bears game, not Bears. The Packers game is at home.
Oh yeah, I know.
So that's good.
There might not be anybody in the stadium watching it though.
Yeah. Falcons Vikings game. I think I talked about it earlier. JJ McCarthy, if he would have spiked the ball, every one of his dropbacks would have had a higher pass rating than he did. And I mean, they don't have a line, so that
He's
kind of
hurt
sucks.
too.
He's hurt.
He's out for a few weeks.
Yeah, and they're starting Carson Wentz. So
good. We get to play Carson Wentz in London.
In London, yeah. I think we win that game.
I don't.
Go Birds. And then I didn't watch this game, the Cardinals Panthers.
Nobody watched that game.
Yeah. Bears Lions we talked about, Ravens Browns we talked way too much about. 49ers
Yes,
Saints.
Mac Jones looked good in that game.
That's a lot closer than I thought it would be. But Bengals, Joe Burrow, I think we talked about a little bit earlier. He's going to be sidelined probably till December.
3 months.
So
at least, yeah, 3 months.
So that's. I think that they're going to probably bring someone into Cincinnati.
Dude,
for the time being.
If you look down through that schedule, the Commanders, their quarterback's hurt.
I think he's going to play though.
Oh, is he?
What he said in his press conference that he's going to play, but I don't know if he's going to be able to have that decision. If it's bad, then I think he won't play through it.
I would hope not. So he's hurt. Burrow's hurt. Justin Fields is hurt. Oh, who else? There's another one. Oh, Brock Purdy's hurt.
Yep.
I mean,
yeah,
it's crazy, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I think there could definitely be some quarterbacks moving. Did you see the one play in the first quarter where Saquon flew into the linebacker?
Oh yeah, that was great.
I didn't get to see that.
Yeah. I love Saquon.
Saquon's awesome.
I didn't like him because he was a nitney lion, but I do like him. He's a good.
I've
dude.
always liked him. He's
Quadzilla.
He might be one of the. I was watching a podcast with Adrian Peterson and Marshawn Lynch, and he was talking about. They both were talking about how there's not a lot of guys in the league that really run with the same anger and intensity that they used to. Obviously, they're Nick Chubb. I think they said Josh Jacobs. Yeah, those guys do, but there's not a lot of guys like that anymore. And so I think they left out Saquon in that. But I think Saquon is one of the guys.
Oh, he definitely is.
I think he runs with a different style though. He's more elusive. He reminds me a lot of LT. A lot of LaDainian Tomlinson. I think he has the power, but he doesn't have to use it because he's so elusive and athletic.
Yeah.
So I said it to all all my buddies at work when we were talking about our fantasy draft. I think that Saquon, if he breaks the rushing record this year, should be MVP.
I don't think he's going to.
Uh,
Man, I'll tell you, I used to hate Philly, hated them, but they're the team that I wish the Browns were.
right.
Run the ball. I wouldn't say Jalen Hurts is an average quarterback. I think he's like top 5,
Yeah.
but he manages the game. He doesn't. He's not like trying to run up stats and
Well,
win MVP. He's not trying to do that. But I think he's an MVP player. But when I say this, it's going to sound like I'm dissing him, but I'm not. He plays average or better. And if we had average quarterback play, that's all I'm looking for, man. Why can't we get that?
see
But
what?
honestly, watching the Browns game, I thought Flacco played average. He threw the ball away when he needed to. He can't run. I mean, the guy's got cement feet. He cannot run. But I don't know. But what I was getting at. So Philly, I I love Philly. I love watching them play. I hate betting Philly because any touchdown. Last week I had Saquon getting a touchdown. He didn't get one.
Right.
Jalen Hurts had 2. This week I bet Jalen Hurts to get a touchdown, which he did, and Saquon got a touchdown. That's my normal bet. I
Right.
normally bet each of those guys get a touchdown, but it's so hard because it's burnt me so many times.
I feel like Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown is like Josh Allen. It's a good bet. You know.
Well, it's a good bet, but you're gonna have some bad beats on it too.
Yeah, I mean, if you get 12 a year though, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So no, I think there was some really good games. I feel like this week too. The Giants Cowboys game was freaking
That was
awesome.
crazy.
Brandon Aubrey, I was watching some videos of like the fans coming out, and it's like Brandon Aubrey's the truth. It was awesome.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, no,
He's almost automatic Johnson.
no, he's really good. That game was awesome. I think that the Giants could. I mean, they were playing against Cowboys, but Malik Neighbors and Russell had.
Well, that's the second week in a row the Cowboys have put up points, man.
Yeah,
Like I mean, we're
well, their
dissing
defense.
you diss the Cowboys every week, but I'd give a whole lot to have that offense.
No, their offense is great, but their defense. I mean, they gave up 37 points, right? So
Yeah, but you watched that game; it was freaking crazy how it happened.
yeah, Malik Neighbors had an awesome day. The Seahawks.
Yeah, that was a crazy game too, but
Yeah.
I loved every second of
Yeah.
it. Screw the Steelers.
Seahawks played a good game. Jackson Smith and Jigbo looks really good.
Yeah.
I didn't watch much of the Rams Titans game. Cam Ward threw a touchdown though. That was freaking sick. Did you see the one where he scrambled? Like he was almost out of bounds on the right, threw it all the way across the field.
Yeah, did the exact opposite of what you should do.
No, you shouldn't do that, but that was sick.
Yeah, and then it gets picked for 6, and then
Yeah, that would.
everybody's like, "Oh, the rookie can't be doing that."
But
So because he did it and it worked, everybody's like, "Oh, good play."
well,
good
that's
play.
something that like Patrick Mahomes would do. You can only do that if you have a crazy arm, and that's good to see. He shouldn't do it anymore, but to be able to make that throw is pretty impressive. So there was a lot, going on around the league this week.
Oh yeah, the Dolphins Patriots. I'm glad to see Vrabel's got his win.
Yep.
And my sister's team lost, so that's always a good day.
Yeah. I hope she isn't listening right now. Oh, she's gonna be listening eventually when I put out the podcast. But all right, so we are. Let's see, we are over an hour in now. So
Okay, I guess we'll get into the Packers. Jesus.
Yeah. So
This should be quick.
it should be quick. I think that we talked a little bit about this week. We're gonna have Quinshon Judkins being the number 1, Sampson 2, Ford 3. I think they're gonna intermix all of them quite a bit still, but I think you're gonna see a good bit of Dylan Sampson a lot. So I think this week we're gonna have to try to establish the run. With what we said earlier, without Flacco being able to move in the pocket, he's going to have a long day. It's going to be hard for our guys to block Micah Parsons. It's going to be a long day with Rashawn Gary. They've got great linebackers. They've got a couple of ball hawks. I feel like they get a lot of turnovers. So to me, I would try to establish the run, open up the pass game a little bit, and defensively, I think that it's going to be hard. I think this is one of the best teams in the league, So we they have much more wide receiver depth than we have corner depth. Um, I do think that we are going to be able to get pressure on Jordan Love. I think that's one thing that we'll be able to do.
Well, I
But
think the ball's going to come out quick, so I'm pretty sure that it's going to come out quick.
yeah,
So it's going to be a long day.
I think that similarly to Derrick Henry, you got to try to stop Josh Jacobs, which I think we have the ability to do.
I'm going to say this and it's going to bite me in the ass, but I'm not scared of that at all. Until the second half.
Yeah, and they're putting it away.
In the first half, the defense I think is going to be fine. I mean, they're probably going to score like 21 points in the first half though, because we're going to throw a pick or a strip sack.
Yeah,
fumble.
it won't be a defensive.
It's gonna be crazy, stupid, and then in the second half, the defense is gonna be gassed. And they're gonna open it up like a summer home, and it's gonna be 52 to freaking maybe 3. But our kicker will probably miss. So he'll be. It could be 0. We cannot score a point. I can see it happening. Probably gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, we talked about it. This is gonna be a rough one. I think. Glad it's at home. Not really. This could have been one that we had one of our away games, But
yeah, like one of our London games, or the London game.
Right.
I'd rather play the Vikings at home. They look like crap.
Grudge says, "Fuck the Packers." I feel that.
I feel it too, man.
I'm not a Packers fan. I mean, I think they're gonna be good, but it's gonna. What do you see? What do you even really? Do y'all have donations on? I don't even know, honestly. At some point, I'll have to check that out. We stream this every single week, usually middle of the week, for usually an hour or two. So next week when we're on, I'll try to have those on for you. But I don't really have much to say about the Packers game. I'm pretty sure I know how it's going to go. I think that
it's going to be painful.
It's going to be rough. This is one of the better teams in the league. They're deep, and I think defensively don't match up well with their receivers. Otherwise, I'm not too worried. I think that our defensive line getting pressure. I think our defensive line getting pressure is going to help us, but Jordan Love can move a little bit, and he is creative with the ball. So I think that they're going to be able to pass. I think our offensive line can struggle with their defensive line, but I worry a lot about turnovers against them.
I'm more worried about our offensive scheme going into the game because I have no idea what our offense is supposed to be. I don't know if we're a quick pass game, play action game.
We're not a quick pass game.
I don't know.
I would like
all 22.
I'm gonna go. Probably tomorrow. I'm gonna rewatch the all 22. I want to keep watching the games throughout these weeks because I want to try to be able to elaborate more on the offense. I really need to play Madden so that I can download Stefanski's playbook. No, to me, what it looks like is
Madden probably puts juice on that, man.
No, they definitely.
You can't run the plays that we've been running and actually do anything.
Well, I think it's partially scheme. You're not playing to the strengths of Joe Flacco. I feel like I do, and Stefanski's always had like a long developing system. I mean, we were zone run and we're a play action.
Yeah, pass. I'm not seeing that anymore either. I think we miss our old coach big time. Bill Callahan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think we miss him big time because our line hasn't looked the same since he's been gone.
But this is another team that I think their defense is definitely bigger and faster than ours. So
their defense?
Yeah. Maybe not bigger, but they're definitely faster
I don't know about that either.
than our offense.
Oh, our offense. Oh yeah, yeah. Our offense is slow.
That's what I'm saying. It's slow. Um, I think that there's a lot of power there. Obviously, you got DeJuan Jones, Batonio, and Taylor aren't no
Yeah, we need to
slouches.
line up and play power football, smash
A
mouth,
thousand
and
percent.
run the freaking ball. But I don't think we have a running back to do it. I don't think Junkins is that guy.
I think you will be.
Uh,
I have a lot of faith in that.
Man, I watched the Chargers Vegas game. That Vegas running back, what's his name? Gentry.
Yep.
That kid's a power runner.
Yeah. Yeah.
He looks like Marshawn.
Yep.
He runs people over and he smiles when he's doing it. I love it. And our guys aren't that.
Yeah.
That Judkins is not that. Although he did face plant Humphreys, I kind of like that. I laughed a little bit about that.
I think Judkins will be that guy eventually. I do. I don't know if he will be right off the bat because he'll have to get used to the speed of the game, but I think he will be. He was a dog at OSU, so and at Old Miss.
Well, we'll
And,
see. He just, like I said, he just looks undersized to me. But I mean, he's standing
and that's
beside
also too.
Flacco.
I mean, he's standing beside a 6'5" guy, and it's his first year in the league. He could bulk up.
Well, you realize he is my size.
Yeah.
I'm 215 pounds. He's 221.
Right.
So I mean, granted, I'm not muscular at all, but it's not like he's a big dude. He's not a big guy.
Well, I think
220 pounds is not a big football player to me.
yeah, but I don't think you have to be big necessarily to be able to run through the tackles.
No, no, no. But I mean, I don't remember.
I think for him, when I watched him, I liked Travion better coming out of college. I liked Amari and Hampton a lot of the running. We, we wouldn't have gotten a chance for Genti unless we drafted him first, but um, I liked a lot of the prospects better than Jokins. But I will say he has pretty good contact balance. One thing I don't like is he can get a little shifty trying to get into the hole. But if he develops to where he starts hitting the hole hard, um, when he's in the box, doesn't try to make as many cuts and just gets north and south, and then when he's in open field make cuts, I think he could be successful. But that's going to take some time, I think. And I like Samson too. I think you can spell them and get some good value out of those guys. Now, I think you also can get some value out of using your receivers as well in the run game, like and the tight end.
My receivers suck, man. I can't get over it. I've watched I've watched for 2 weeks receivers not get open, and when they do get open, they drop the ball or hand it to the defense. I'm I'm ugh. And it's only week 2 for crying out. I'm already at the point where it's like, really?
Yeah,
If we were in soccer, we'd be relegated.
yeah,
We suck that bad, and we have, in my opinion, probably the best defensive line in the league.
yeah,
When if we had all of our corners healthy, we'd have top 3 cornerback room,
yeah. You,
and we're wasting it because our GM can't draft receivers, and our coach, I don't know what the hell we're doing. Because I know if I was coaching that team and I saw what I saw on the All 22, and I'm sitting in a meeting, I'm chewing someone's ass, and I'm bringing up guys off the practice squad, and that's going to happen. I would look right at Jerry Judy and say, if you drop one more freaking pass, I'm trading you to the freaking Canadian League for a bag of balls. You're supposed to be our one. Let's go, bro. And I bring up Livdanian or whatever the hell his name is.
yeah,
Put
Larkin.
Jamari Thrash in there. They're all slow too, but hey, I can lose with these guys.
Yeah,
I'm supposed to win with you. I don't know how many times I told players on baseball team, if we're going to lose, I'm going to play those guys on the bench.
right.
So get your heads out of your ass and do something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got a lot of young guys that have an opportunity here, so hopefully on offense we can at least get some development this year out of these guys. I don't think that our offense stacks up well to these first five defenses that we play. Um, I just don't put it on the coach really. I put it more on the front office. I don't think the offense was set up this year for success. I think we have like great players. I think that Njoku's a baller. I think
Well,
that
this is last year his contract, so is he going to be back next year?
he's a guy that could be moved before the trade deadline too. But that's the thing is our roster construction right now is our defense is loaded, especially when healthy. But our offense is completely lacking. The reason why that is because of the Deshaun Watson contract, in my opinion.
Oh, for sure.
But
For sure.
right now we're wasting our good defense and trotting out a terrible offense and kind of a bad special teams. You know, throughout the season, the past couple of seasons, we brought in veterans that were great special teams players, but we're not filling our roster out with any of those guys now. I think we're just having position players and backups going out there on special teams. So I think
So you're thinking you move Njoku and do what?
well, the only reason you would move anybody like Njoku, I think Njoku is a guy that I would keep on the roster no matter what. I think he's a guy you can build around. But um, if you do that, I would say you need to start rebuilding because the
let me ask you this. So if you move Njoku, right now he's basically your primary weapon, which is sad to say because he's a tight end. But he's your primary weapon. So you move him for what? Draft picks? Is that what we're talking?
you would have to, yeah.
So you move him for draft picks. Okay. So if you do that, you might as well trade Miles.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You would only do that if you rebuild.
So you trade Miles for draft picks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Denzel.
Okay. You move Denzel too.
I would move mostly every. If you're trying to rebuild, I rebuild completely.
Okay. So we're gonna move Denzel, Miles, and Njoku, our three fan favorites, cornerstone players. We're moving those for draft picks.
Yep.
And who's drafting these guys?
Uh,
Can we steal Howie Roseman from freaking
You're right.
Philly? Because I don't want to do that. I know what I got with Myles Garrett. I know what I got with Ward. And I know what I got with Njoku. The last thing I'm doing, if I'm Haslam, ain't no way you clowns are moving those three guys.
Nope.
I'll move you and get you the hell up out of here before I do that. Because I don't need the draft picks. I mean, the LA Rams, everybody has them up in the power poll. And they didn't have draft picks for 7 freaking years.
Yeah, it seems like our front office is at a point where they're just coasting because, like,
no, Andrew Berry's draft this year, I think, was fantastic.
No, but I'm saying they're not making aggressive moves like that. Like, we don't have a great offense. You start out 0-2. If your mentality is to, all right, we want to get to the playoffs, we're trying to be a competitive team, you know that you have to make changes based off of what you've seen. Obviously, this week we haven't seen any trades, nothing like that. So to me, it tells me as a fan that the front office is trying to buy their time until, we have 2 first-round picks this year. We've got eventually Deshaun Watson's contract is going to be off the books here in the next couple of years. You're trying to stay relatively competitive and relatively decent and ride this defense in this interim. What's going to happen though is that your defense is going to age, and then it's going to be what our offense is. We have old linemen, we have an old quarterback. By the time we get,
he's not going to be here next year.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. I feel like they're at a standstill right now. And they just kind of.
So if that's the plan, why wouldn't you just? Because we're 0-2. We're going to be 0-3.
Yep.
Possibly 0-4. Possibly 0-6. We might not pull our schedule back up. We might not win a game for 8 games.
Right.
So if you're looking ahead, which no coach is going to do this, but if I'm Andrew Berry and I'm looking at this, it's like, Is that our schedule?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the Packers, Lions, both losses. Vikings, maybe.
Yep.
Maybe. Steelers, at the Steelers, that's a loss. Dolphins, maybe. But they might have their heads out of their ass by then. Or our defense will just be like, screw it. We're 0 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Screw it.
Yeah.
I've seen it before. So why not just throw the rookies in right now? See what you got.
See, and I think that could provide a jolt to the team. I think offensively, that is something that I would.
For a game.
Unless if, say, Dylan Gabriel balls out.
Yeah, let's just say Flacco gets injured in practice this week and they have to start Gabriel. He comes in and puts up 30.
Yeah.
And we still lose the game. There's your spark. Next week, what do you think Dan Campbell's going to do to him?
Yeah.
You got film on the kid now. Like, it's not going to get any better. We'll be 0 and 16 if we do that.
I don't think so. I think you lose.
Who's going to beat?
I think if he does play well, I think you still lose these games. I think you win that game. You're competitive, probably could win that game. I think our defense is going to smother them. I think you win that game, could win that game, could win that game, lose.
Okay, so you're talking Vikings win with Gabriel.
Yep.
Steelers win with Gabriel, possibly. Dolphins win with Gabriel. Patriots win with Gabriel.
We're putting up 30 points a game, yes. I think that we
Well,
win.
I don't think you're going to put up 30 points a game the second game.
Well, I'm not even talking about those. I think those are losses no matter who we
Well,
start.
no, this is what I'm saying. You're gonna play him. Let's say you start him against the Packers. He comes in and he lights it up. He looks like great. He's the next thing. Next week you play the Lions and they got freaking film on the kid, but he still plays decent. Has a couple picks, sacked a bunch of times, but we still score 30 points because the Lions score 50.
Right.
The next week you play the Vikings. The Vikings defense is pretty damn good.
Yep.
I don't see us scoring 21 points in that game. I don't. Our receivers suck. He's still throwing to the same guys Flacco is.
Well,
The only difference is he can move.
I think part of that is if you are able to run the offense as it's intended to, I think that helps the receivers get open. If you're able to bootleg like that and have a more mobile quarterback than what Joe is currently, I think that can help the passing game a lot. But
not if my receivers aren't moving, man.
Yeah.
I mean, damn.
It feels like the receivers just aren't bought in though. If you get a young guy in there with opportunity, it could make the receivers buy in more, give extra effort. But I don't know. That's projecting. And right now we got Joe Flacco as our quarterback. I guess I just secretly want Joe Burrow to be our quarterback because I keep saying
you keep saying it, and I don't get it.
Yeah. But
I don't want Joe Burrow to be our quarterback. He's hurt half the time.
Well, he doesn't have an offensive line either.
That's his fault. We can talk about that if you want to. What do they got wrapped up in Joe Burrow, Chase, and your guy?
T. Higgins.
A couple $100 million?
Yeah.
Well, you could have took a couple $100 million and gave him an offensive line. You wouldn't even have had to spend that much. You could have done that for $60 million. What you're paying T. Higgins, you could have done that for. So, it is what it is.
I'm not his GM, man. That's how I would have constructed their...
No, he was his GM. He went in and said, I want T. Higgins signed. So they did what he wanted to keep him happy. That's how it works in the NFL now. Why do you think Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Chris Jones don't have receivers?
Right.
Why do you think Jalen Hurts does? Why do you think the 49ers can get people? Because they're not paying their quarterback and stupid-ass receivers hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right.
Why did Tom Brady win 6 Super Bowls in New England? Because he took a pay cut every year.
Right.
So, as far as Burrow's considered, in my opinion, he made his bed. He can sleep in it.
I think that's a fair take.
Cleveland's problem is we spent $250 million on a quarterback who couldn't work his way out of a bed in the morning without falling down and tearing his Achilles again.
Yeah. I mean, having that on the books, you're not going to be able to really field a competitive offense.
Like
He hasn't hardly played at all.
I'm kind of relishing the fact that Patrick Mahomes is 0-2. I love it because he's the greatest quarterback that ever lived, and he should be able to elevate these receivers. That's what I always hear.
I think my buddy Midas, maybe Slime King Midas, said Flacco way too.
Oh, he is way too old, man.
Yes, he looked it.
He's a couple days younger than me, and there ain't no way in hell I could do what he's doing.
Well, I know we didn't talk too much about the Green Bay game, but
there's not much to say. It's going to be pain.
There isn't. There really isn't.
The Dawgs won't even watch that game with me because I'm going to be screaming at the TV.
Yeah. Let's look at some of the games.
Yeah, let's do that because
that might be actually something that's fun to talk about. So.
I kind of actually want to look at what I'm going to be betting on this week.
So week 3, Thursday night, we've got the Dolphins at the Bills.
That game's going to go just like ours.
Yeah, they're going to.
So if you watch that game, I'm going to watch that game and not watch the Browns because I figure that's probably going to be the same.
Yep. And then you got the Bengals and Vikings. That game is going to be...
That game just got real interesting because now you got Carson Wentz, who maybe he'll be Sam Darnold. I don't know.
He's going against Jake Browning probably this week. So
yeah, that game's...
Well, I didn't hear the Bengals bring anybody in, so I think it'll be him.
I heard that he's starting this week. Jags and Texans. Oh, come on, Texans.
I feel like that... A lot of these games, I feel like... But actually, both of these are competitive. I think the Texans and Jags game should be fun to watch.
Oh, the Texans 0-2.
Yeah. They lost to the Rams and Tampa. The Colts and Titans... That would be an interesting one, too. I think it'll be interesting to see if Danny Dimes can keep balling. The Titans, I think, are going to have a rough year this year.
I really don't care either way about that game.
Yeah.
I hope the Titans win. It'll help our draft chances.
True. Commanders...
God, I can't believe I'm saying that in week 2.
I know. Commanders and Raiders. I think the Commanders should win that pretty handily. I didn't like what I saw in Geno Smith.
Man, is he gonna play? Is
Jaden Daniels?
Jaden Daniels gonna play?
I should say, if Jaden Daniels doesn't play, I think that becomes a very interesting game.
Who's the backup? Oh, Marcus Mariota.
But
man, there's so much skill on the Commanders though. Shouldn't matter.
No, their team is really good.
Yeah.
Rams, Eagles, that could be a fun one.
I don't think that's even going to be close. It'll be close, but it shouldn't be.
I think Matt Stafford and Puka are going to put up points.
I think the Rams are so overrated.
Really?
But I haven't really got to watch them, so just...
We'll see. I mean, I think that...
I can't stand the Rams. I'd like to punch Sean McVay in the face.
Really?
Yeah, I can't stand him. I just can't. Well, you know me. I don't like it when everybody's anointed the best that ever lived. I heard that for so long. He couldn't hold Andy Reid's jock.
Well, Andy Reid's also had a lot more experience, too.
He's been good his whole career.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he was doing what McVay was doing, but better. He's just... Andy Reid's the man.
Yes. Falcons, Panthers. I think the Falcons win that pretty handily.
That's going to be bad.
Steelers, Patriots could be a good game.
You think so?
I don't see the Steelers beating the brakes off the Patriots.
Well, I hate Aaron Rodgers too, so I hope they suck.
I think Drake May had a pretty good game last week. He could continue to develop, get better. I think the
This
Steelers...
is his second season, right?
Yeah. I think the Steelers' defense hasn't looked great yet. And I think that could be a good competitive one. Our game, we already talked about. Jets and Bucks, I think.
Well, I don't think Fields is playing because he's still in concussion protocol right now. Who's their backup?
I don't even know.
It doesn't matter, but I could see the Jets beating Tampa.
Tyrod Taylor.
I could see the
No,
Jets.
that's the Giants. Sorry.
I could see the Jets beating Tampa, just because it's Jets.
Yeah, it is Tyrod Taylor. It looks like. No, I definitely can see Tampa's rolling right now. Baker's playing well. The offense is playing well.
Yeah, but I could see him. I could see him looking over the Jets and losing.
Yeah, they could.
I could see it.
Broncos,
I wouldn't
Chargers.
bet that. I'm gonna bet that game, and the Buccaneers will be who I pick, but unless the spread's crazy. But Broncos and Chargers. That's. I kind of hope I can watch that game. Won't be able to though, because I'll have to watch the freaking Cowboys. Ugh.
Yeah, Broncos and Chargers. I think the Chargers probably are going to win that game pretty good.
Oh, they're gonna
pretty
win.
handily.
They're gonna win.
Seahawks, Saints. Seahawks should win in my opinion.
Oh yeah. Well. Yeah, probably.
The Saints, I think, are going to have a rough year too. Everybody says that.
Seahawks got old Dead Eyes as their quarterback, right?
Darnold?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bears, Cowboys, you just talked about. That's probably going to be the game we watch.
Not if I can help it, but
yeah,
I can never watch West Coast teams, so I'll have to watch the freaking Cowboys.
They're probably going to... That's probably going to be a good game.
No, it's not. Dude, Caleb Williams sucks. He's not good. He's not good.
I could see it being close.
He is not good. It's not even gonna be close. They're gonna score 40 points, Cowboys.
They probably
I don't
will.
think the Bears can.
49ers, Cardinals. I don't know who's gonna win that one.
Niners.
You think so?
Yep. Dude, the Cardinals suck.
I think.
See, that's another case. They got Marvin Harrison Jr. and they're not really good. They're really not.
I don't think they've played anybody yet, right? They're 2-0. But I'm pretty sure that.
Yeah, they're 2-0, but
pretty sure they haven't.
I think they played the Saints and who did play last week? Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
they played the Panthers.
Yeah, same difference.
So they didn't really play anybody.
No, they haven't played anybody.
But then again, Purdy's not playing.
No, but
Kittle's not
what's
playing.
his name? Look, Kittle's not playing?
I'm pretty sure he was. Well, he might be. But I thought he was out.
Oh, who the hell's the quarterback?
Oh, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Yeah.
He looked good.
He did.
Well, he looked okay.
We'll see. Chiefs and Giants.
Oh, I'm hoping the Giants win, but it ain't going to happen.
I don't know. I would definitely, if I was betting, take the Chiefs, but I think that could be a close game. I could see the Giants even winning that game. And then Lions-Ravens, I want to watch that one.
I want to watch that one, too.
I
think the Ravens are gonna win that.
I think they're going to win, too. Although, the Lions, if their offense is now rolling, I think they could.
How are they going to stop Lamar and Henry?
The Lions?
How are they going to stop them?
I'd be more...
Baltimore's going to score 40 points.
I don't know.
It's going to be a shootout. But Baltimore's defense can't stop them. I'm sure the Lions will get stops, but
I wouldn't bet that game.
I
could see the Lions win.
I'm not betting. The only thing I'd bet in that game is touchdowns.
Yeah.
And bet a lot of them, because I think there's going to be a lot scored.
Yeah, I'm curious what the under and over is on the line.
I mean, the Ravens gave up a lot of points to Buffalo, but they were kicking Buffalo's ass until shit went sideways.
Right.
And I think Buffalo's offense is as good as the Lions' offense.
Oh, yeah. So, I would say the Lions' offense is better, but they have a better quarterback. The Bills do.
I don't know, man.
Goff isn't bad.
I'm not a Goff fan, but at least he can move a little bit.
No, I like Goff, but I think Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the league, in my opinion. And I think he doesn't have nearly the talent that Goff has with.
No, he doesn't.
Gibbs.
He's got Cook. That's
Williams and all of those.
He's got
guys.
Cook and what?
Amon Ra.
Yeah. No.
He has Keenan. You're talking about Josh Allen.
Yeah.
He has James Cook. He's got Dalton Kincaid. He's got.
That's it.
Dallas Knox. He's got.
Who's that?
Keon Coleman,
Who's that?
receiver. I'll show you, or not, I'll show you.
Sahir.
Sahir.
And if you ask people who aren't like big time football watchers, they're like, well, who are those guys?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have marquee names as receivers, but they're young guys. I mean, their scheme is great. They're always running open. So I think the league is really top heavy this year. I think there's a lot of teams that aren't that good. Obviously, it's early in the season. It's hard to judge. But with all the quarterbacks that are down, I think that, you know, the top 6 to 7 teams are going to just kind of have an easy start to the season.
We'll see. I don't know. God,
All right.
I got a bad taste in my mouth with the Browns, man.
Well,
It sucks.
we've been.
And I can't pick a different team.
I know.
I just can't do it.
Never can. But I think that's kind of all I had to say for
That's
this
it
week.
for the week.
So before we go, I'm just going to let you guys know. I have this week I'm going to try to work on basically splitting up my gaming content and the Chilling with the Dogs content. So I'm going to try to make a Twitch for Chilling with the Dogs. Try to make a YouTube channel for Chilling with the Dogs. Because it's hard for you guys to find the YouTube videos. So I think that'll make it easier. I'll make socials so that I can announce when we're going live and all that stuff. But that should happen later on the week. I'll message out when I've done that so you guys can know. But hopefully next week we'll be streaming this on the Chilling with the Dogs Twitch stream.
Cool.
Yeah. And then
I don't know what any of that stuff means, but that sounds cool.
So basically what we're doing right now, video streaming, I'm going to have it just Chilling with the Dogs. So it won't be connected to all my... I'll still connect them, but it'll have its own platform.
Okay.
And then YouTube, same way. I just think that'll make it easier for everybody to find us. But yeah, other than that, we'll be back probably mid next week to talk about how this Green Bay Packers game is going. And hopefully come back talking about a win. Yeah.
Oh, you got jokes. Well, people probably don't realize I had us going 12-5 at one point, so we got to start stringing some wins together, bro.
Well, it starts now. No, it doesn't. We're going to lose probably the next 2 at least.
Watch, we'll win this game. And everybody will be like, oh, Browns are going to the Super Bowl.
Browns fans, well, the national media won't.
Oh, no. No, it'll be the Packers. What's happened to them?
Yeah.
Which it should be, because the Browns are no good. They're just not good.
No. Nope.
I can't believe this.
All right, guys. We'll catch you next week. It's been a fun stream with you guys. I'll go ahead and get this uploaded to YouTube so you guys will be able to find it there if you want to watch it back. And then it'll also be on Spotify probably tomorrow morning. So until next time, we'll see you guys.
See ya.